Want to know why money-making tips don't work for you? In this video, Jay reveals the secret and how to fix it.
I'm going to tell you a secret wealth formula that no one talks about. Because there's all these gurus and experts out there, and they all want to tell you how to make money. And that's great. Like, I love that. I love that they're helping, and I know they've helped tons of people. Robert Kiyosaki and Gary Vaynerchuk and all these people have helped a lot of people make a lot of money. But it doesn't work for everyone. And a lot of times it's just frustrating. And that's because they can usually only tell you what worked for them. They're not like super wise oracles. They're not world-class teachers, like the world's best teacher. They're charming, charismatic, knowledgeable people who've been around, and they are good at sharing their experiences and their stories, and that's fantastic. And if you're at a plateau in your business where you're having trouble making more money, they'll often have good ideas for you, like really good practical ideas. Like, well, you should partner up with a bigger company or a different industry or something, and that's going to blow open the doors for you. Or study copywriting and be more persuasive, and you'll be able to like convert a lot more. Or you need way better SEO, and then you'll really funnel in the traffic and your business will grow. Or you need to have a better team, right? All these practical tips to break through the plateau and make more money and be better at business and life. But the thing is, those ideas may work for a certain amount of people, but they won't work for many others. And the real truth is, wealth is related to value. Wealth is directly related to value. And a lot of the experts will even tell you this. Wealth, like, you got to provide more value. But that's not what I mean. The main thing wealth is connected to is your perception of your own value. And not only that, but your perception of how others value you. So, for many years, I didn't think other people valued me. I would value them and care about them, but I didn't think my parents valued me or anyone valued my advice or my opinions. Even I have pages of testimonials. I still, in my heart and in my soul and in my mind, I'm like, society does not value me. This is a belief. This is a perception that I had, right? And that perception will make every single business I do fail. It's killer. You can't think that. You can, but if you think that, if you hold that belief, that's how you perceive yourself as not valuable to society, or only a kind of valuable to society, you'll never break through your plateau with any idea from any guru. They might have the best wisdom, the best tips, the best practical things that you could do. It won't work for you. Because our self-identity and our self-perception creates our reality. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, and it's really subtle and hard to see and hard to detect, but it will hold you back, and it will get super frustrating because you'll end up being like, but I'm trying everything. I'm doing all the things right. Why does none of this work, and why can't I make more money? And it's heartbreaking. Because not one of the gurus or experts out there, I mean, maybe one of them, I feel like maybe T. Harv Eker teaches this about your money blueprint, or maybe John Assaraf teaches this. There's like a few, but it's very rare that you'll come across the teaching that your number one job to make more money is to increase your own self-identity and self-worth and self-perception. You have to see your own value, and you have to see a society that values you. You can't be down on it. You can't feel negative about it. You can't be like, oh, they don't like me, or I can't do this, or I guess people just aren't ready for it. You can't have these thoughts and gain wealth. It doesn't work. You can only make more if you start to see your own value and see a world where you are valuable. So if you were to point out to me right now, anybody who was frustrated that they weren't making more money, myself included, I could point out to you someone who doesn't value themselves enough, or who, more likely, someone who believes the world doesn't value them highly. And they have reasons for it. Like, well, the world doesn't value me highly. It's never been valued me highly. They have a million reasons. But in your head, you have total freedom. You can think, imagine, and believe anything. And you believe this shitty thing, right? You have to somehow figure out a way, like, wait, society does value me, or they're getting ready to value me, or they're going to value me more soon, or I'm putting out new material and I'm getting more persuasive, and my new brand is going to be more valuable, or my new landing page is going to be more valuable. I can tell they're going to get it. And like, more of my test audience is loving it. So that probably means more of other people are going to, like, you have to sort of convince yourself that not only are you valuable, but that other people value you. And that's the trick, because if you've been having trouble for a while, you start to feel like other people don't value you, and don't value your service, and don't value your brand. And that's brutal. So my number one way of tweaking my own self-perception, or tweaking the beliefs for any CEO or business owner, is a belief ladder. And it's simple, but takes some time to master. But basically, you write at the top of an Excel spreadsheet or something your peak belief, the top rung of the ladder that you're looking to believe about yourself. So since most businesses or people who are struggling or having trouble are like, people just don't care. They just don't value me. I can't break through. It's for some reason they're not listening, or they're not getting the message, or they have these, they kind of believe that the world doesn't value their product enough, or they won't pay more. I wish they would, but they won't. These kind of things. So since that's usually the problem belief, our top rung is going to be something like a huge chunk of the world, or the vast majority of the world, feverishly desires and values my brand, my product, my business, my offering, and me. Right? This is the awesome belief that we want to have, or something like that. Whatever suits you. It has to be personal to you. That's the whole point of a belief ladder. But something like that. And so that's where we want to get. And then we go down to the bottom rung of the spreadsheet. Like 30 numbers down, or 40 numbers down, or whatever. And we write our current rung, our current belief where we're at. And our current belief is, my business will never grow, or something like this. But you want to find like a positive rung to start on. So you want to start with something you believe currently that's at least kind of approaching the mega belief, the peak rung. So even though we're in this like super dark hole, we're going to try for something like, well, lots of successful CEOs were at one point having trouble, struggling, in a hole, not breaking through. They were down on their luck and having trouble with their brand. A lot of successful people have been that way. So we're on the ladder. Whew, that's something we believe. And then you want to sort of step it up a little bit. So something that's related to that you believe, that has to be believed. It's a belief ladder. You have to believe it's true. So we do believe that successful people have been here. And we also believe that if other people have done it, I can learn from their example. I can learn how they got out and follow in their footsteps. If they've done it, I can do it. This is a simple belief, but it works. And so if we believe it, now we're on the second rung of the ladder. And so you want to keep moving up towards the goal. Like, next it'll be, many of these successful people did it in a few years. They turned things around in only a year or two. Some took longer, 5 or 10. Some did it in half a year. Like, I think Instagram pivoted in a very 6 months or something. They turned from a geolocation into a photo sharing app. Crushed it. Whereas, I feel like, I don't know, maybe Microsoft or Apple had like a dark 2-year period or something, 4-year period. So point is, this is true. Some successful people have turned it around pretty fast. And then the next rung is, which makes me believe that I can turn it around pretty fast. And then you start to branch out and take it a little further. Like many of those successful people had great products that were going unnoticed and then tweak something. I have a great product that's going unnoticed and I can tweak something. Tonight, I'm going to ask all my team for ideas on what to tweak, or I'm going to ask my mentor on what idea I can tweak, or I'm going to look for a mentor so I have an idea to tweak, or have someone to tweak my ideas. So you write this next thing, and now you're sort of getting some momentum, like, I'm going to tweak this, I'm going to get this. And you can see how your belief is rising. Like your belief started at the worst, like you were not feeling good about anything. Now it's like, there's probably something I could do here, man. I'm not going to do the whole belief ladder here, but you keep doing that until you reach the peak rung belief. And it might take 20, it might take 30, it might take 40, it might take 50, but the better you do and the closer you get to it, the more your wealth will increase. It will break the plateau because like you will manifest the life and the reality that you identify with, that you own, that you internalize. And it's totally up to you. It's in your control. And like I said, the belief ladder is nuanced. Usually when I teach someone like this quickly over a video, they don't quite get it. It doesn't quite work because there's so much nuance. Like you have to feel it. You have to believe every belief. Emotion's a huge part of it. And emotions are like secret and inside us. So, only you know if you feel it. And most people will go through the motions of the exercise just to get it done. Like they don't want to take all night, whatever. So even though they're not feeling some of the steps, they're just barreling through it. And then it doesn't work. And they're like, yeah, that didn't work at all, man. It's like, hey man, you had execution. You did not do that correctly. And I can't really help because emotions are inside. I can't make you do it properly. And if you trick me, like if you smile, I have to believe you. And then there's stuff like you don't want to put negative words in the belief ladder. Like all the rungs I was doing there was sort of building positive on positive, positive on positive. But someone will put in something like, right now, I wish more people would learn it. And it's like, you wish more people would learn about your product or whatever. Like this is, ugh. So you get my point, right? There's some nuance and some finesse to doing a belief ladder well. But ultimately, like you don't need a belief ladder. It's just my favorite tool for elevating my belief and fixing my self-perception. But the point is, your job with any tool you want to use is to adjust your perception and adjust your belief in order to access more wealth. And until you do that, all the little exercises and help and tweaks from everybody out there, all the gurus, myself included, won't work. So I want you to have tons of wealth, to be rich, to be successful, to crush it in life. I want you to have everything you want. And I know it's possible and doable. And I know that I held myself back from it and still do. But I also know how to fix it. And you can too. And if you want to know more about this or get some personal one-on-one help with your belief ladder or breaking through a wealth plateau, please check out the link to the private Facebook group in the description below. And I'm gonna go make that money, son. Boom.